Pennsylvania, where we have in front of our microphone at the moment First Lieutenant Philip S. Walter. Over here in France, he's one of the many Mannheim boys engaged in maintaining the striking force of tactical air power. He knows that this all-out, everyday effort is required for final victory and for the day that he can hurry back there to Mannheim to his family and friends. And we're speaking today from the headquarters of the famous 391st Bombardment Group. We're going to bring Phil back to you from one, at least by radio. Lieutenant, you've told me that you live at 38 South Penn Street. Is that correct?
That's right.
And who's back there waiting for you?
Well, I have a wife and perhaps a baby by this time, and my mother and father.
Perhaps a baby by this time. Well, I suppose you're hoping that it's a boy.
Roger, MarauderJoe.
MarauderJoe. Is that, seriously, what are you going to name it?
I think if it's a boy, I think it'll be Philip Jr.
Philip Jr. Well, that sounds mighty good. How long have you been in the service?
I've been in the service about 2 years.
And what is coming in?
I was a flight chief for Douglas A-20.
Well, this is sort of old stuff for you then, this airplane business, isn't it?
Roger.
Well, I noticed that you're a pilot with the 391st, and that you have been awarded the Air Medal, the Distinguished Flying Cross, and that you have 3 oak leaf clusters on that Air Medal, which means considerable time in the air. How many missions have you flown?
I've flown 22.
And what type of planes are you flying over here with the 391?
That famous Marauder D-26.
And do you like that airplane?
It's the best in the air.
Gets you there, brings you back. Does the job. All right. I know the folks back in Mannheim will be interested in knowing the kind of missions that your squadron has been flying lately. Phil, will you tell us something about that?
Mostly we've been flying against tactical targets, such as railroad bridges, spy dumps over and close to the German lines.
Well, of the missions that you've flown so far, which one would you say was the most outstanding, let's say?
Well, I'd say number 7. My number 7th mission was really a rough mission. Went over against the target in Aldenhoven, Germany, and cruising across the target the first time the flak started to come up, and it was really heavy. And the flight commander got hit. Got one engine knocked out. We went around for a second run. The old boy held her right on course, and one engine, we went over and bombed those targets and really hit the target, and it was a devastating blow. Myself, I got 135 holes in the airplane, had quite a few control cables severed, one man injured severely. We got the ship back on the ground, safe and sound, and we were sure glad to be back.
Well, you can say again that that really was an outstanding mission, and were you awarded, did you get an award for that flight?
Yes, I did. I got the DFC myself, and my engineer was awarded the Silver Star for outstanding work by standing by in his turret, although severely wounded.
Well, that is certainly swell. Now, I also noticed that you're wearing the Presidential Unit Citation.
Yes, sir, and by the way, it's a brand new ribbon.
Well, now, can you tell me what did the 391st Bombardment Group do to win this high award?
Well, sir, it started with a mission that will be long remembered by all members of this group. On the morning of December 23rd, we flew against the target in Ahrweiler, Germany. It was a railroad and communication center. Despite heavy, accurate flak with savage attacks from Focke-Wulfs and Messerschmitts, we smashed the target and shot down about 20 of the enemy's aircraft. Regardless of heavy losses to us, we were in the air in the afternoon, and in 4 days, we flew 6 missions against the enemy in coordinated ground and air assaults which broke the back of that German counteroffensive. The 391st Bomb Group was really ready and eager.
Well, it sounds like a great story, and congratulations on that presidential unit. In the meantime, Phil, I sure hope that it's a boy back there in Mannheim, Pennsylvania. And thanks a lot for this interview. I know the folks back there have appreciated your description of combat life over here with the 391st somewhere in France, and how you're doing your share, and what a share, toward bringing closer the final day of victory and the part that tactical air power is playing in the defeat of the enemy. Best of luck to you, Phil, and happy landings from here on in. This is your 9th Air Force radio reporter speaking through the facilities of the Army Radio Service in France, and we return you now to the United States.